Hey third graders, so it is our last video of the week and you're probably wondering, Miss Cook, do you ever change your clothes? But don't worry, I have made all these videos on the same day, okay? So I'm not wearing the same clothes every day. All right, so let's look at, our first lesson was word problems with addition and subtraction. And then our second lesson was word problems with multiplication and division. And so now our last lesson, we're mixing them all together to try to see if you got those skills down and if you know the difference. So we're going to practice what it looks like deciding if you are going to add, divide, multiply, or subtract in your word problems. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what operation do I use? So again, remember when we're adding, we're putting two things together. So it's like you got something and then you got some more of it. We're putting it together. When we're subtracting, remember we have a total and then we're getting rid of something. When we divide, we have a total, but we're breaking it apart into equal groups. And when we're multiplying, we're putting groups of the same amount together. Okay, so multiplication and addition are a lot alike, but addition, you're just adding one more group to it of just whatever size. In multiplication, you have the same amount of groups, like 3 groups of 5, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and look at some practice word problems and try to figure it out. All right, Daira had 5 bags of candy. Each bag of candy had 5 pieces in it. How many pieces of candy did Daira have in all? So ask yourself, am I getting rid of something, subtracting? Am I dividing something into groups, dividing? Do I have multiple groups of the same size that I'm putting together? Or am I just taking 2 numbers and putting them together? Let's draw a picture for it. Maybe that'll help us, okay? She has 5 bags of candy. And there's 5 pieces in each one. Here's 5. Okay, which operation do you think we'd have to use for this one? We have to multiply, right? Because we have equal groups. We could add, we could say 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, right? But a quicker way to do that is to multiply. So we can say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 5 equals however many pieces of candy she has, okay? And we can count by 5s, right, to get our answer. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Daira has 25 pieces of candy. Okay, so that problem we multiplied. Let's look at the next one. Miss Cook needs to grade 42 papers. Senor Perez needs to grade 38 papers. How many papers do they need to grade all together? So this would be our keyword telling us if I'm adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. Okay, so ask yourself, am I adding in this problem, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? In this problem, we're adding because Miss Cook has 42 and Senor Perez has 38, and it asks how many do they have all together. So I'm going to add them together to find the total. Okay, and it helps for me when I add is to put them on top of each other, right? So make sure you line up your 10s with your 10s, okay? And then your 1s with your 1s, and we'll go ahead and add these. Okay, 2 1s plus 8 1s, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to put a 0 in the 1s place, and I'm going to carry that new 10 over to the 10s place. 4 10s plus 3 10s, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s plus 1 more is 8 10s. Okay, so Senor Perez and Miss Cook have 80 papers to grade all together. We added in this one. We took 2 groups and we put them together. Okay, notice they weren't equal groups, right? There was 42 in this group and there's 38 in this group. So we're not multiplying. They were uneven groups, so we're just adding them together. Let's look at another one. Josue had 32 pieces of candy. He ate 19 of them. How many pieces of candy does Josue have left? Okay, so ask yourself, am I adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? I want you to pause the video on this one and try it on your own. See what operation you would use. Go. All right, so hopefully you found your answer. For this problem, since it says he ate 19 of them, we're going to subtract, right? 19 of them are gone. So we're subtracting or we're taking away. 32 pieces of candy, I have to start with my total when I'm subtracting, and I'm going to subtract the 19 that he ate. Okay, starting with my 1s, 2 minus 9. If you have 2, can you take away 9? No, right? So I got to go over to my tens and borrow a 10. Now I have 2 tens. And I'm going to give myself 10 ones. So I have 12 ones. 12 minus 9 is 3. 2 tens minus 1 10 is another 10. So Josue has 13 pieces of candy left over after he ate 19. So in this operation, we subtracted because we got rid of something or we subtracted it. Let's look at another one. There are 30 cookies on the kitchen counter. You need to split them evenly onto 5 plates. How many cookies will be on each plate? So ask yourself, are you adding? Are you getting new cookies? Are you subtracting? Are you eating cookies or getting rid of them? Are you multiplying? Do you have 30 groups of 5? Or are you dividing? Do you have a total and you're breaking it apart into groups? Pause the video and go ahead and try this one on your own. Go. Okay, so for this one, we know that we started with the total. We have 30 cookies, and we're going to break them or we're going to split them evenly. So split them kind of was my key words to help me know that we're splitting that 30 cookies apart onto 5 different plates. So I'm going to draw my 5 plates. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm going to just split my cookies on it. Okay, so I have 30 cookies. This is going to take a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so I have 30 cookies and I split them evenly onto 5 plates. How many cookies are on each plate? 6, right? So I had 30 cookies divided by 5 plates will give me 6 cookies on each plate. I didn't add here. It's not saying I got 30 cookies and I got 5 new cookies. I'm not subtracting. It didn't say 30 cookies and then ate 5 of those cookies. I'm not multiplying. It didn't say 30 cookies on each plate 5 times, right? That would be 30 times 5. I have my total and I'm breaking it into groups. Another way you could think about this, if you didn't want to draw the picture, is 30 divided by 5. Well, I can just count by my 5s until I get to 30. So let's try it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So how many fingers do I have up? 6, right? So it takes 6 times 5 to give you 30. All right, let's try another one. Oh, this is your brain break. Okay, so for this one, you are going to spell your name and do the exercises. So for example, my name's Jessie. So I would start with the J, balance on your right foot for a count of 10 seconds. Okay, then I would go to E, walk like a bear for a count of 5. Then the next letter in my name is S. So I'm going to bend down and touch my toes 20 times. And then I have 2 S's, so I'm going to have to do it again. And then my next letter is I. Balance on your left foot for a count of 10. So that's how I spell my name, and I will do those workouts. Now, if you have a long name like Ramaya or Thaddeus, right, you don't have to do all of those. You can split it and do like your nickname, okay? So whatever you want, but go ahead and pause the video and do a quick brain break and then push play when you're ready to do the second half of the lesson. Go. Okay, so hopefully you had fun spelling your name and doing that exercise. Let's look at 4 more word problems and decide if we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, okay? Will had 27 Easter eggs. His sister Lake gave him 32 more eggs. How many eggs does William have in all? Okay, so it says that his sister gave him 32 more. Okay, and then it asks how many does he have in all. So ask yourself, are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? We're adding, right? Because his sister gave him more. He's getting more eggs. So he started with 27, but then we're going to add 32 more eggs onto it. Add my ones first, 7, 8, 9. 2 tens plus 3 tens is 5 tens. So Will has 59 eggs in all. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. Let's look at another one. There are 10 boxes of markers in Miss Cook's classroom. Each box has 8 markers in it. How many markers are there in all? So maybe draw a picture for this one if you need to, but I want you to pause the video and decide, am I adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? And go ahead and find your answer. Go. All right, so hopefully you drew a picture of it. I'm going to draw a picture. If she has 10 boxes and there's 8 markers in each. So I'm going to draw 10 boxes. 3, 4, 5, 6. These are bad boxes. 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes, and there's 8 markers in each. So I'm going to put 8 markers in each one. So ask yourself, are you adding? Are you subtracting? Does she get rid of some markers? Are you dividing your markers? Do you know the total and you're dividing it? Or are you multiplying? For this one, we're multiplying, right? Because we have groups of 8. When it says each box, that helps me know that we're there's the same amount multiple times. So we're multiplying, okay? 10 groups of 8, okay? And remember, when we multiply by 10, we can just count by our 10s 8 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, okay? Or remember, when we multiply by 10, all you have to do is add a 0 to whatever number you're multiplying by. So 10 times 8 is 80, okay? We multiplied in this problem because we had equal groups multiple times, right? 8, 8, 8, 8, which you could add in this one. You could say 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, but that's going to take you a really long time. That's why multiplication is quicker, right? All right. There are 25 students in the 3rd grade. Miss Cook breaks them apart into 5 groups. How many students are in each group? So ask yourself, am I adding? Are there new students coming in? Am I subtracting? Are there students leaving? Am I multiplying? Are there 25 groups of 5? Or am I dividing? Do I have a total and I'm breaking them apart into groups? Go ahead and pause the video and solve it on your own. Go. All right. So there's 25 students in the 3rd grade, and Miss Cook breaks them apart into 5 groups. So I know I'm dividing because I'm breaking them into groups. So I have my 5 groups, and I'm going to break apart those 25 students into the 5 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 students out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Am I done? No, I have 25 students still, so I only used 10 students. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. How many students are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 students in each group, right? So I had 25 students that I started with. I broke them apart or divided them into 5 groups, and I got 5 students in each group. If you didn't want to draw this picture, another way you could do it is you could just count by your 5s until you get to 25, right? When we're dividing, we're kind of doing opposite of multiplication. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, counted by my 5, so I got 25, and I got 5. Let's go to the next one. Daniela had 84 cupcakes. She gave 62 away to her neighbors. How many cupcakes does Daniela have now? I want you to pause the video and try to solve this one on your own. Ask yourself, am I adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Go. All right, for keywords in this problem, I would say when it says that Daniela gave 62 away, right? She's getting rid of them, so I know that we're subtracting because she got rid of them. So she started with 84. Remember, when we subtract, we always got to put the big number first. And then she got rid of 62 of them. So I'm going to subtract the 62. And then it wants to see how many she has now or left over. Starting with my ones, 4 ones minus 2 ones is 2. 8 tens minus 6 tens is 2 tens. Okay, so she has 22 cupcakes left over. We subtracted because she gave them away. She got rid of them. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Make sure if there was any parts that were really confusing that you write them down and you, in the Google form, you ask that question, okay? All right, you guys did awesome. Thank you so much for doing this lesson. Don't forget to go fill out the Google form and push submit, but then to go back to the lesson and click mark as done. And remember, you don't need to attach anything for Google Forms. You just have to click mark as done. All right, have a great weekend, guys. See ya.